Hello, my friends. Welcome back. How are you? I hope doing okay. Let's read our inspiration for the day. Let me get it opened up here, turned around. Okay. Dwell as near as possible to the channel in which your life flows. Henry David Thoreau. Henry David Thoreau. Okay, let's get into my project for the day. Okay, here is the mold, and this is a mold that I made myself. I have casted one of these on my channel before, and here's the bottom part of it. I had to make the mold in two different pieces, and we're going to put lights in this one. The first one I made, I did not put lights in it, and one of my subscribers suggested that it would be really pretty with lights in it, so I thought we would do this piece. And I have here some the SIGWONG colorants, and I'm going to choose this green right here because I think this color is very beautiful. So it's transparent, and I'm going to make this piece for the nursing home here, and they have like a bingo night, and this is going to be one of the things they can win. I have some of my glitter over here that's non-sinking glitter. And I really don't think it matters what color you choose in that glitter. It comes in like a 6 to 8 pack because it looks the same to me, you know, in anything you put it in. So I'm going to drop 3 drops in of that SIGWONG green transparent colorant, and then a little bit of that non-sinking glitter that I got off of Temu. I use it all the time. It's absolutely wonderful glitter. And it doesn't take much at all to really, you know, showcase that glitter inside of your resin. It doesn't take much at all. So I'm making sure I get the resin stirred up in my cup really good. Isn't that color beautiful? So I let that degas for about 5 minutes, and now we're back, and I'm going to spritz a little bit of alcohol inside of the mold. And I see something in there, so I just got it out with my little Q-tip there. And now we're going to go ahead and pour. But I'm only going to, I'm just popping some of those surface bubbles right now. I'm only going to put a little bit of this colorant into our mold here, because I want to go in behind this with clear resin and just kind of make the tips clear crystal, you know, and the center kind of like the color, you know, a little bit of color. So I did not fill it up, and I'm going to heat it up really quick and pop some of those surface bubbles. We really don't want to get any bubbles on this piece because it really will show, because this mold is one of the crystal molds. I made it from a crystal cross, so it really will show if I get any in there. So I'm going to try my very best to not get any bubbles into this piece. And now I'm going to spritz a little alcohol. And I'm going to pour a little bit more. And just finish the cup out. And that way you can't really see it, but at the tips of my cross, I still don't have them full yet. So I'm saving that space for the clear resin. And I seen some of the colorant that wasn't stirred up really good, so I just reached in there and twirled my skewer stick around just a little bit, just to get it stirred up. Okay, now we have the bottom piece of the mold. And I'm going to spray a little bit of alcohol in it. And we're going to go ahead and add the resin to it as well. And I'm just going to pour a little bit at a time because I don't want to get bubbles stuck to this either. So I'm going to be extra careful. And I'm pouring a little bit at a time, and then I'm going to use my heat gun and heat the resin up and pop any bubbles. Spray some alcohol and pour some more. And I'll do that until I fill this mold up. And I see a bubble, so I just went ahead and nudged it to get it to go ahead and release and float to the top. I'm going to add a little bit more resin. Heat it up. Is everybody ready for your weekend? Today is Friday. What's everybody doing for your weekend? I don't have anything planned for my weekend, so we just kind of fly by the seat of our pants, you know, on the weekends. Just kind of whatever we feel like doing, we just get dressed, go and do it, you know, and come back home. So, you know, we're not too much of plan anything unless we're going out of town or something. Then of course we make plans then. I think we make more plans in the wintertime than we do in the summer. That's crazy. When we had a boat, though, and we went fishing a lot, we made, you know, more plans on the weekends than we do now. Okay, I have that mold filled, and I'm going to go ahead and use my heat gun and pop some of the surface bubbles. And I'm making sure I get the edges really good too, because those pesky bubbles like to hang on to the edges. And I'm just going to run my silicone tipped brush here around the rim up here on the edge of, right up here at top. I'm getting tongue twisted. And then I got a little resin on the outside of the mold, and I'm OCD about that, so I'm getting the resin off of the mold. Spray a little alcohol in both of the molds. And now we're going to get the lights out. I set the other mold to the side over there on my other table, and I'm just unwinding our lights here, because I need them to, I don't want them to get tangled up while I'm adding them into my mold. Okay, I'm going to set that over here to the side, and I'm going to see about where I want that to come out at and clip it, which I won't leave that there, but that's how I'm going to clip it at the end when I finish putting the lights in. I was just seeing if it would clip on that part of the mold. And I'm paying close attention to where I want to stop at with my lights. So let's go ahead and start here. And I'm spraying a little alcohol onto the lights and in hopes that they won't get a bubble on them. And I'm just adding quite a bit into each side of the cross until I feel like I have enough lights. We won't use all of these lights. But I always purchase the lights that say you can cut them. So that way, if I do need to make alterations to my lights, I will be able to cut them. Okay, I think I'm going to stop right there. So I'm going to go ahead and snip that off. And then where I snipped it off at, I'm going to take these pliers and I'm going to roll it underneath so it doesn't scratch my mold. And then tuck it down in here. And now I'm going to go around and use my silicone tipped brush here and try to push down most of the wires that I can. And I'm going to go ahead and clip this off right here where I want the rest of my wire to come out at, my lights. Now let's go ahead and try our lights and make sure they work. And they work. Woohoo! Yes! I'm just going to run through how all of the options they have on the lights. I think it goes through like 5 or 6 different ways that the lights will flash. And they work, so we are good. I'm going to go ahead and unplug them and cover the mold. Now we're back. It's 2 hours later. And I'm going to go ahead and take my silicone tipped brush here. And I'm going to make sure that these lights are packed down into the resin. Because the resin is not cured. It's at a state where I can come in now and make sure the lights are going to go down and stay where I put them. Because that resin is sticky now. So it will hold on to the wire a lot better than it did when we first poured it. I'm not pouring this mold to the top, so I need to make sure that all these wires are pretty much down. And the next pour that we make, we need to make sure there's no wires sticking up. Now I have 60 milliliters of resin here, and I'm going to add some glitter to it. And I'm going to stir it up. And we're not going to add anything else to this resin. We're going to pour it just like this. And I'm in hopes that the all corners of the cross will be clear. You know, each tip of the cross will be clear. I'm going to spray a little alcohol in the mold. And then we're going to go ahead and pour. Okay, I'm going to stop right there. And then I'm going to check everything out in here. I'm going to use my heat gun and pop any of the surface bubbles. And then I'm going to go in with my, my silicone tip brush if I see any bubbles and nudge them to rock them to the top. Does anybody know a good heat gun to buy? I'm in the market for another heat gun. I have to beat this one with my scissors to get it on and off. I like the heat guns that that you get 2 different settings on, like to blow really like a lot of air out, or you know, not a lot. A lot of heat and not a lot of heat. So I like the ones that have 2 settings on them. So if anybody has, where I can get a good one at, then I'd appreciate it if you shared that with me. I thought about getting the Resiners heat gun that they offer on their website, but I don't think it has 2 settings on it. Okay, now we're going to go ahead and pour some more resin into the mold. And I don't know if I want to finish this cup off or not. I need to check it out and see where we're at inside. I'm going to go ahead and use my heat gun again and pop any surface bubbles. I'm going to spray a little bit more alcohol, making sure I get up in there. And I'm going to cover it. And now we're back, and it's time to demold. Please don't let it be any bubbles on here, please. Okay, that piece looks good. Isn't that beautiful? Look how it just catches the light, and it is just beautiful. I love that color. Do you guys like the color of this? Now let's see if I got what I wanted out of the cross. I'm hoping that it's clear on the tips. And I'm going to have to sand the bottom to get it straight to lay flat on our other piece. Okay, it looks like I got what I was looking for. I maybe wanted a little bit more clear on the tips, but it's still beautiful. I still like how it turned out. What do you guys think? Do y'all like the lights better in this piece or no lights? And see, I'm showing you here where I'm going to have to take it and level it off and sand it down, so it can fit right onto our bottom piece right here. And I won't do that on camera. Okay, now I have my little lemon spinner glass spinner out, and I'm going to dome the bottom of the bottom part of the cross. I'm going to turn it over and dome the bottom of it. And then we're going to dome the back of the cross. The lights at the bottom are, it's hanging up a little bit. It's risen up a little bit more than I want it to. So I'm going to see if I can lay it down a bit more with this resin. And I'm going to put my silicone pad here so the cross doesn't start moving on me, because this is glass that I have it laid onto. And I'm going to put a popsicle stick under the left side because it's not quite level due to the bottom. So that's how I'm going to level it out. Man, those popsicles have many uses, don't they? And I sped this part up so that you wouldn't have to just sit and watch me, you know, dome very slowly. Which I'm pretty fast at it, but still, you know, if you've been doing it a long time, you do get fast at it. And I'm hoping I don't get any of the resin slipping off the back here with the wire being up like that. So I'm really going to have to watch it and babysit it. And this was right before church, so I did go to church and come back. Now I'm going to cover it. Okay, now we're back, and I have sanded the bottom piece and I have glued it onto here. And I used my Gorilla Glue to glue it on there. So it is all ready to go. The back is domed, the bottom's domed. So what do you guys think? Do you think it's pretty? I wish I would have had a little bit longer cord on it. And then I turned the lights on. You can't really see them real good in here, but I always do glamour shots at the end. So make sure you stay and watch those. And I will turn the lights off and let you see it with the lights off. Let me know what you guys think about this piece. It's about that time. Thank you for hanging out with me and putting up with my shenanigans. If you want to be entered into the drawing for this piece, then comment below so I can add you. I will keep you updated on my community tab. I hope you have a great weekend. God bless you. Goodbye, my friends.